So I want to talk about this word that we call forgiveness. Many of us go to the creator of all things and we ask for forgiveness. But it seems that our prayers are not answered from the great I am. And you may wonder, why is that? You may wonder, why is it that you continuously call upon the great I am, or you call upon Yeshua HaMashiach constantly and you get no answers back? And it's a simple reason. And most people don't realize that, or they don't want to realize that. How can you ask for forgiveness if you haven't forgiven those that are around you? How can you expect to be granted the same and you cannot give out the same? You know, you ask for forgiveness, but you expect the great I am, creator of all things, to give you blessings, give you honor, and give you glory. But yet, most of you are not doing what you're supposed to do in order to receive an answer, a reply, a request. Most of you are not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Most of you are not honoring what you're supposed to be doing, and that's forgiving others as you would have them do unto you. This forgiveness is extremely, extremely crucial. And I say that because unforgiveness can cause a lot of havoc. It can cause a lot of problems. Causes anger, hatred, a hardened heart, pride. It causes a lot of things, people to do a lot of things. Unforgiveness will cause you to do drugs, cause you to drink, cause you to fornicate, cause you to cheat. Unforgiveness is a silent killer. And the main part that makes it really, really bad is that unforgiveness makes you have a hardened heart. People don't realize it, that unforgiveness is a major, major deal. Because if you can't forgive the people that are around you, and the people have past that has been in your past, that's harboring negative energy. Like I said, just as there are ley lines that we cannot see, that the naked eye cannot see, we're all woven as a fabric to everyone. Somebody knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. And these demonic entities travel on these lines, these cords that are connected to us, because we're all connected. We're all as one. So unforgiveness, that's a hard deal. And it's very crucial that you do forgive. It's very crucial that you let things go. It's very crucial that, because I'm going to tell you, unforgiveness brings about a lot of bad things. And if you cannot forgive, how is it that you expect to go to the New Jerusalem? How is it that you expect to go to the new earth? If you cannot forgive, you're not going. Because forgiveness, I don't think people really realize how massive that can be. That's resentment. Unforgiveness can cause chaos. It can wake a Leviathan within you or within your life, cause much chaos. Unforgiveness can really cause you chaos, can really put you in a tailspin, can really put you at a halt. People don't realize that by being unforgiven, by pride, by a hardened heart, the thing is that no matter how much you are a good person, no matter how much you say that you are a good person, or that you do for others, or, I was there for them, I did this and I did that for them, and, but yet you have some bitterness in your heart, you have some anger in your heart toward that person, but yet you say you do it because you have a good heart, but that it doesn't match. It doesn't quite go together. Because if you cannot forgive, and most people do things out of bragging. Oh, I did this for you, I did that for you. Oh, I was there for you, for this, for there, for that. That sounds like pride. That sounds like pride. That sounds like ego. That sounds like doing something out of your ego. Like people that have a lot of money. Oh, well, I gave to this organization, I gave to that organization, and so what? People are supposed to bow to you because you gave? That's out of pride. That's not out of your heart. That's not out of love. That's out of wanting to be recognized, recognition. When you do things for people, you do it out the kindness of your heart. You don't look to get anything back. These things is what causes unforgiveness. I don't think really people understand how extensive being unforgiven can be, and how it can lead to a downward spiral. Because being unforgiven, that's like number one. Next to love, that's like actually love comes second, but forgiveness comes first. Because if you can't forgive, you can't love. So you have to learn how to forgive. You have to let things go. don't think people really realize the significance of the word forgive. Because if you constantly go to the great I am, constantly go to Yeshua HaMashiach, asking for forgiveness, but yet you haven't forgiven others, how does that work? Or shall I say, how is that working out for you? If you don't forgive, I'm sorry, but you won't be making it on that boat. You will not be going to the new earth. You just won't be. So all of those that are expecting to be raptured and you haven't learned how to forgive, not gonna happen. You have to do these things while these people are still alive. I did mine because it was the main beginning issue, and that was my childhood. I did mine maybe 5 years. Well, let's see. Eight years ago, maybe. Let's see. Well, let's see. I say 7 years ago. I'm sorry, not 18. 7 years ago. About 7. And that was the main thing. But I did it long before that. I did it in 2016 with Face to Face was around 2018, possibly, well, I wouldn't say 18, I'd say 2019. Mid 2019, I did it face to face. But 2016 is when I did it, in spirit, but also did it with, by speaking it out. So these things of unforgiveness, man, unforgiveness can I said this in my other video, imagine how many people died and didn't have a chance to do that. These people won't even make it. Won't even make it into the heavens. I'm doing a video. These people won't even make it. Because just as they have left the earth, unforgiveness follows with them, because this is their last recorded memory. This is their last This is their last recorded memory. This is their last, what's the word I want to use? These are the last things that they remember. This is the energy that was left upon them. That's what I meant to say. And this is a disturbed spirit. So there is a lot of angry spirits that move around that just, this is how they left the world. Disturbed, angry, possibly some of them alone. Angry and bitter. So therefore they'll still have that same hardened heart. So when the time does come for those to be risen from their graves, to meet the great one in the air, that they won't be able to leave because their heart is heavy, it's weighed down. I don't think people really realize how important it is of the word forgiveness, of letting things go. This is a major, crucial part. Because if you can't do it, how do you expect the creator of all things to do it? Many people walk around with hardened hearts, and this is this is a no-go. This is definitely a no-go. I mean, just think about it. You were the creator of all things, but, you know, and you have all these lightened hearts, but then you got several that are trying to get in New Jerusalem, and their hearts are still heavy. Their hearts are still hardened. They still have animosity, anger, resentment in their hearts. How is it? And they have unforgiveness in their hearts, so to speak, is what I meant to say. So if you have unforgiveness in your heart, unforgiveness leads to many different things that people will do because they are bitter. Their hearts are heavy. Their hearts are hardened. So it leads them to do all types of things. Lash out, argue, fight, fuss, steal, kill, and destroy. And then on top of that, you know, you have these demonic entities that are latched onto their cords, because they go on from, these entities are on a network. This is a network that we're gridded into the earth. You are a crystalline body that is tapped into the earth grid, and you're sending electrical signals, and those electric signals are connected to somebody, and it's connected to somebody, it's connected to somebody, it's connected to somebody. And these entities are riding a wave. They're on a surfboard and they're riding, They're riding, and they find a host that they can go to. They'll torment them for a while. You see them arguing, see them fussing, So you're feeding them. You're feeding them this energy, You can't run around. This is dysfunctional. A person that cannot forgive is dysfunctional. And especially if they have a family, it will be a dysfunctional family. My roommate friend, she refused to let things go. She prefers to live in the past. And it's just turmoil and chaos. Always fussing, bickering, and fighting. I asked her here recently, I said, why do you do the things that you do? Is it out of love? Is it out of pride? I mean, what is it? Why do you do what you do? And she says, well, I have a good heart. Having a good heart and learning to forgive is two different things. You can have all the good heart you want, but if you don't know how to let go, if you don't know how to forgive, and you constantly live in the past, you constantly fight and bicker about something in the past, how is that living? How is that living? It's not. It's suffering, and it's not freedom. It's not freedom. But the Creator of all things already let me know the direction that she's going, and it's not good. It's like I received a recording of every wrongdoings that she did, and it's like I saw that it was all written down. The heart, the pride, the unwillingness to forgive. Not only that, not being a cut of the fabric of the Creator of all things. And it's sad. It's very sad. That's why forgiveness is, man, I'm telling you, it's the key. It is the key. Because if you cannot forgive, you will not go to the holy city. You will not go to the New Jerusalem. You will not be going to the golden city. I promise you that. Because forgiveness is the number one key. Because when you forgive, you can love. And you don't love externally, you love internally. You love by the Spirit and not by the flesh. You love out of, it's just like me. Like this stepbrother I had, adopted brother. He was of the Vietnamese culture, or is of the Vietnamese culture. I'm not sure if he's still alive. I hadn't talked to him in years. But his sons, his two sons, the daughter, and his wife, and him, every Christmas, I would go and I would buy gifts for them. And then he owned a furniture store. And I did it out the kindness of my heart, because that's the type of person I am. And he would tell me, oh, well, pick what you want in the store, you know, and I refused. I'd say, no, that's okay. I said, I didn't do that just because I did that because I like to see people's faces when they receive things, you know, because it's just the type of person I am. Because I don't squawk, and I'm not about money. I don't really care for it. It's just a tool. And I don't value it. I don't run behind it. It doesn't rule my life. Even though you need money to live, I don't let it control me. But you got a lot of people that let money control them, like my roommate. And see, the killing part to me is that if you don't want to forgive, expect your life to be in chaos. Expect your hardened heart to put you in chaos. Expect every time you turn around the corner, you can't do this and you can't do that. Expect that. Because if you can't forgive, how do you expect things to go your way? Because if you can't forgive, then that means that, like I said, these demonic entities are riding these woven threads that have been woven from person to person. So you can't have an unforgiving heart and expect to be happy or not suffer or not know where your next meal is going to come from, or not know how you're going to pay this bill or pay that bill. Things are simple. People don't realize that unforgiveness can cause a lot of chaos in your life, and especially when it comes to financial. And then on top of that, you don't forgive, and on top of that, you don't give gratitude. You don't give gratitude for the things that you do have. So there's two things you got going wrong for you. Unwillingness to forgive, a heart, pride, and you got this monkey on your back because things cannot get paid, or you're constantly in debt, or you constantly, your life is in shambles because you're running behind the dollar instead of the dollar running behind you. Or you look at the dollar as a tool. Unforgiveness can lead to a world of trouble. But the main trouble is your way into the gates, into the walls of the holy city, the golden city. If you can't forgive the people that are around you or the people that are closest to you, and the creator of all things is not going to forgive you, and you will not make it on that ark, and you definitely will not be in the New Jerusalem, the golden city. This has been my time. Learn to love each other like you love yourself. Learn to forgive and let live and let go. For this is truly your salvation. Keep oil in your lamps. Pick up your trees. Till the next time, Creator of all things, speak, the great I am. Thank you for listening. Old subscribers, new subscribers, thank you. Some of you new ones that are coming in, I really don't know if this is a channel for you. I really don't know, because I see a lot of popping in and popping out. I see a lot of people subscribing and then unsubscribing. And not everything I say is going to resonate with everyone. Just as I was watching this woman she was talking about as a child how she was on this lifestyle, this occult lifestyle. And she talked about the mind's eye. She talked about the third eye activation. And she said something about some preacher. He's been preaching for over 15 years or longer, I'm not sure, but when she started talking about yoga and all these other things, and now how they're talking more and more about the third eye, because they're saying that this is how Satan is going to control most people. And she said the third eye is not to the great I am. Not everybody has to agree or disagree, but I'm going to tell you, I disagree, because if you're carried up in the spirit like John said he was, sleeping or awake, those that are marked, the great I am, the creator of all things, will open your eye, your ears at the time that it's ready to be open. For me, mine opened and I didn't even realize it. Did I do things to maybe help to open it? I tried, but I didn't do ritual type stuff. I didn't do these yoga poses and all this other kind of stuff and blah, 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 blah. I didn't do all that because it wasn't shown to me. My mind's eye just opened because I guess it was a time that I am creator of all things wanted me to start seeing at that point. Because there's a time schedule that needed to be kept up with. And if this woman, she says that the mind's eye connects you to Satan, well, my very first vision was not connected to Satan. My very first vision was a biblical vision. And I'll read this again for you. Now I'm in this vision. I see people looking up and being hit and pummeled by rocks. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and the rocks, fall on us and hide us from hide us from him. Hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. Now that was my very, very first vision. And this was back in 2016. Now that's going directly to Satan. I don't know, but I see it's biblical to me. And when I see this vision, I'm in tears. People are being pummeled by stones and rocks. They're being pummeled by stones and rocks because it's judgment. It's revelation. It's what was shown to me. Revelations was shown to me before I even read the Bible. Revelations was shown to me for over 4 years. For 4 years, physical, spiritually, or seeing, hearing, and sleeping in the etheric world. So I disagree with this person, because if you're shown spiritual things, if you're shown things that are written in the Bible, I don't see that connection to Satan. If you're walking righteous and your heart is not hardened, and you forgive others, and you love others like you love yourself, I don't see it connected. I don't see a connection at all. But you have to be open to it to receive it from Satan. You have to invite. You have to say yes. But unfortunately, I didn't have anyone coaching me. I did all of this solely on my own. I didn't go to no church. I wasn't influenced by a preacher or someone who's teaching. I was solely on my own and went on my own to the creator of all things. It chose me, and I surrendered after. I received an olive branch in the etheric world by seeing the sun up close and personal. Which is the angel that stands in the east that John was told to go take the book from. So I don't see what she's talking about, but of course I'm told that yes, this is going to happen. Yes, this is happening. Yes, this is how they will take possession. But there are those that are marked that will not be taken possession of. There are those that those eyes are already spoken for. But thank you all for listening. That has been my time. The one out.